Hi, I'm Steve. I have a PhD in economics. I'm one of the analysts at Roadrunner Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. And today I'm going to talk about one of our episodes in having fun with load calculations. So this first episode in Fun with Load Calculations, I wanted to describe actually how we do the load calculations at Roadrunner Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. We have an example house in White Rock, New Mexico. That is a typical home, 1970s vintage down there. And it started out as a 1,200 square foot home, but now it is about 1,800 square feet because there was an original rectangular shaped home that a shop was put on the back, and then the office was pushed out the front. And then a pretty major remodel occurred when the carport was enclosed and then extended with a new room all the way to the back of the house. And that became the living room, primary bedroom, and the laundry room. In today's example of a load calculation, I want to focus on two of the rooms in this White Rock house. The laundry room has about 100 square feet of space, and then the kitchen breakfast room, which is about 2.5 times larger than that space at 260 square feet. The first step in any load calculation is to do the design parameters. You set those to make sure you understand the outside temperature in the winter and the summer. And in White Rock, the design temperature for the heating loads is 9 degrees, and the design temperature for the cooling load is 87 degrees. These two temperatures represent the 1 percentile and the 99th percentile of all the potential temperature hours in a year. My load calculation is going to capture 98% of the potential temperature hours that you're up against in White Rock in this example. Why don't we try to do a load calculation to capture 100% of the hours? Well, that's because it would lead to an HVAC system that would be severely oversized for your home. In order to capture that 1 hour at 3 in the morning, 16 years ago, when it got to 20 degrees in White Rock, you would have to have a massive system to try to keep the house warm at that minus 20 degree the temperature. So you just don't do that. You use the 98th percentile. You capture 98% of all the temperature hours. That's typical in the industry for load calcs. So in this actual home, we selected the indoor temperature for the winter time is 70 degrees, and then the indoor temperature for the summertime is 75. So we've got ambient outside temperature, we have the inside temperatures established, and now we can take the floor plan provided by the client. We've sketched it into RightSoft software, the simulation software we use for Manual J, and now we can do a load calculation. So let's look at the results. The first set of results that comes out in the load calculation looks at every single room in that floor plan by name and gives the square footage area, the heating load in BTUs per hour, and then the cooling load in BTUs per hour. The laundry room, as I mentioned before, 100 square feet, actually has a heating load of around 3,600 BTUs per hour. The kitchen breakfast room is 258 square feet, and it's 2.5 times larger than the laundry room, but it actually has a lower heating load. It actually is a heating load of 3,000 instead of 3,500. So how can this be that a laundry room has a load for heating that's actually larger than the much larger square foot area of the kitchen breakfast room? If you look at this laundry room, it's sitting out on the outside corner of the home, and fully 50% of the walls are exterior to the home. Fully 50% of the walls in the laundry room are exterior, but only about 25% of the wall space in the kitchen breakfast room are exterior. There is a window in the laundry room and a window in the breakfast kitchen room. All the windows in this home are modern Pella Lowy clad wood home windows. So outstanding windows with a really good insulating value, except for one window. There is one metal-clad single pane window, and that is the one in the laundry room. That window is losing a lot of heat out the north wall. The combination of the exterior walls with those windows makes it really interesting, but actually explainable, why the laundry room has a larger heating load than the kitchen breakfast room. So The next part of the load calculation is the cooling load. So instead of the kitchen having a cooling load of 1900, the laundry room only has a cooling load of 1400. Well, it turns out that in your load calculation, you have to put human beings into the house. In this kitchen breakfast room, I've put 2 human beings. 2 members of the household are put into the kitchen because that's where you spend your time. The kitchen has the biggest cooling load coming out of those appliances, the refrigerator, dishwasher, the cooktop, as well as the oven. The kitchen breakfast room ends up with a higher cooling load than the laundry room, where nobody really is frequenting that area or hanging out there. So this example shows how using rules of thumb for sizing HVAC equipment based on square footage alone is really not appropriate. If you'd like to talk with me or any of our analysts here at Roadrunner Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing in Santa Fe, just give us a call and we'll come on out and chat with you and take measurements of your home and do a load calculation for you. This is really the way we use our analysis tools to get a good HVAC system for your home.